they're playing a good high standard of snooker, but there's a lot of people playing the same standard. So yeah, to come the start of the tournament, you couldn't really pick who the semi-finals would be. I mean, you would pick your favourites like a Sullivan, possibly Selby, but as Steve said at the beginning of the week, sometimes the second favourites, you know, you'd bet them to win the matches.
Well, only Liang Wenbo was less fancied to win this than Joe Perry. Joe was 80-1 when the tournament got underway, and last year's finalist Barry Hawkins 28-1. So they have certainly defied the odds to get this far.
Yeah, I think that was a fair point from Stephen. And I know when that red was by the blue and it was a certain snooker, but yeah, sometimes you've got to just go for your shots, haven't you, really, and push the boat out a little bit more. But
yeah,
that's the way Stephen used to play.
Yeah, and I suppose it depends on how you feel as well. I don't think he played that snooker very well, though, did he? I mean, it was one of those where you had to be touching the blue.
Yeah, and stop the one cushion escape.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Joe Perry's
so
7.
Lucky, but what has he left? He's given 7 points away. Has he left an easy starter for Joe? Can he get to this red, to the right middle? I think he can. Just caught that a fraction too thick, otherwise he wouldn't have kissed the black. Oh, Joe. It's not looking good at the moment for Joe Perry. Okay, he had to put a trace of right-hand side because he couldn't get to the middle of the cue ball, but a player of his experience should have been able to allow for that.
Well, it's a surprise. With the rest. Well, if ever Joe needed a time to make a really good break, I think it's now, Joe. It's come to that stage maybe in the match that he really needs to get going, and a nice frame and a break would do that for him, but
it's okay, he's got the red to the left middle. Yes, it's now the time. He's got to raise his game if he's any chance of reaching the final tomorrow.
9.
Overscrewed that a little bit, so he may have to play a cannon.
Well, missed the cannon, but he's on the red into the
16
green pocket.
17. Yep. $22. 23. 28. 29.
There is a red on the right-hand side of the main cluster that is available to the left corner. The reason I'm saying that, it's not easy to play the cannon because the pink's a blocker. So play for the loose red. Played it nicely.
34.
And then potting
35.
it. Just nudge another red in the open, but no reason now that the end red of the on the right hand side, just catch the join between the two. Well, he's nudged one on. I think I'd have been inclined to play a little bit more pace, but
42.
I don't blame him, the position he's in at the moment and the shots he's missed, making certain of the pot on the black. He's on this red, but the shake of the head tells you he's a little too straight on it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he has. If he's straight enough, he may be able to screw it in and get back for the black. He's looking at the possibility of that, but
Well, if you can't get on the black, just run through and leave yourself a half ball blue, albeit on the wrong side of the blue. Well, don't miss the pot. You cannot afford to
Joe
miss
Perry,
the pot.
42. One.
Well, the last time Joe Perry missed, Barry Hawkins didn't take full advantage of it. Joe will be hoping that's the case here. He's not perfect on the green, but he's got a slight angle, as you can see. .45 points behind.
4. Five.
Just about got the right angle on the blue for this red that's just separated from that cluster of 4. And now's the time to be potting this red, looking for a nice angle on the black
10.
to open those 4 reds.
$11.
he'll try and hit the extreme right of the 4. Well, it wasn't the intended contact. He wanted to hit that full
80.
ball and push the cue ball to the right of the 4 reds. He's left with a red into the right centre. It's a cute angle. Oh, he's played that very well.
19.
Very confident.
I think you can play those 2 reds together in the middle of the table. I think one of them goes to the left middle. The reason I say that, if he plays the run through, he's more likely to kiss from the top cushion. Or he's decided to play the pink. Because what I was going to suggest, the angle he had on the black, he could possibly have played for red along the top cushion, but I think he's more concerned at the
25.
moment is getting back in the frame. Points-wise.
$26.
Yeah, you would Joe would be feeling that maybe the red on the right side cushion is his only hope of getting back in this frame. He's got a bit of work to do before he gets to that position, Barry Hawkins, but the way he's been playing these couple of loose reds, he's having a look at if he pots this red, leaves an angle on the pink, he may be able to bring that red out off the right hand side cushion.
Looks perfect to me, Ken.
Yeah, it looks good. You can drop the pink in, just try and nudge that red off the cushion, and okay, if he's not on the red that's close to the cushion, he can certainly be always on the red below the pink. So has he got the angle?
Well, it might not be the natural angle. It looked like it was, but the fact he's taking so long to play it tells me maybe it's not. And obviously wasn't, because playing at that speed, if it was a natural cannon, he'd have got it. So he's still got the problem of these
39.
two awkward reds. He's just 10 points behind now, though. Now the hard work begins.
Just drop this red in and try and leave the cue ball. Just
47.
Nice angle on the black. You can get the cue ball somewhere there or just below it would be perfect, I think. Oh, well, he's got it.
Barry Hawkins, 47.
Didn't expect him to miss that red.
Yeah, I think it was one of those. If he had a better angle, he wouldn't have had to play it with as much pace. So Joe Perry comes to take. We've still got a 2-point advantage, but he's got the problem of that red near the right-hand side cushion. Can he leave the nice angle on the black? Well, he's got the angle.
1.
Can he judge the cannon?
He's got a perfect angle. Disappointed with that.
8. Joe Perry, 8.
Ten points the lead, but the way the colours are, it's like the last frame. Whoever pots the red wins the frame for me. The bump, but it's run safe. But the fact that Joe is close to this red, he should play a good telling safety shot come snooker here. Missed an opportunity there. And if if that's a full ball snooker, then it's certainly advantage Barry Hawkins. Okay, you might say this is not a difficult one to hit, just roll it dead weight.
Foul. Miss.
Well, it
Barry
didn't
Hawkins.
look a difficult one to hit. But the thing is, if he rolls to it dead weight, he's going to leave the cue ball close to the red, assuming he hits it this time. So Barry will still have control of this very important tactical battle, particularly for Joe Perry. You feel if he lost this frame, went 5-2 behind, it'd be too much of a mountain to climb for him. Missed it again.
Foul. And a miss. Barry Hawkins 4. Yep.
Yeah, it just seems to be sliding off this ball cushion. He's just got to judge the slide now. He's had a couple of attempts, so he'll just readjust here. Doesn't want to go by the red, of course, because he'll be leaving a pot on, so anywhere in the low side should be okay. Yeah, that's a bit better. And he could be in a bit of trouble again. Cue ball down behind the black and red tight on the ball cushion. Didn't get the snooker this time. I can play this cushion first, a lot of left-hand side. Well, he's trying to play the same shot Barry played a couple of shots ago. It looks okay.
Well, if Barry's looking to come off this top cushion, this must be a lot more difficult to hit than it first appeared. Well, he's swerving now round the green to try and find the baulk cushion where he can nestle on the red. Check side, but no, not enough.
Foul.
So
And a miss. Joe Perry 4.
it's funny, it just looked a simple escape, but the green's blocking the path where he would like to hit the baulk cushion.
Just have a look at that, Barry. Yeah, Joe? Thank you.
Well, Barry said, I'm going to play a different shot anyway. Yeah, played it with more pace. And he'll be happy with the outcome.
Okay.
There's a gap. There's a gap. There's always a gap. But the problem is, I think he can't avoid the kiss on the pink when he plays this red. I'm not certain he can hit enough of the red to pot it. Otherwise, it might be worth going for the pot. And that's why he's playing the swerve. But the problem is, when you strike down with right side, you push the cue ball to the right, the left, or the right as we look. So the green then comes into play. But he doesn't want to play what he can hit of it. As I say, he's bound to run into the pink, and that will stop the cue ball going back up the table. But the swerve is dangerous. Oh, well, it looked as though it was going to be okay, but once the red kissed the pink, it's gift wrap chance. If it had just missed the pink, it'd have probably run to the cushion.
1.
What a chance now for Barry Hawkins to go 3 frames ahead, and more importantly 1 frame away from a place in the semi-final.
Yeah, it has to be said. Barry's been
6.
very fortunate, trusted luck with the getting out of snooker, not only in this frame but in the previous frame as well.
8.
And that has just been the bit of difference. These 2 frames have been absolutely massive in the context of the whole match.
Yeah, there was 2 frames, practically the same, weren't they? It was over potted the last red, and they could have gone either way, but it looks as though they're going to go the way of Barry.
Thank you. 11.
Brown and blue took a 14 points in front with 13 remaining.
15. 20. 26.
In goes the pink for Barry Hawkins. He only needs 1 more frame to be in tomorrow's final. A repeat of last year's final. Barry Hawkins leads Joe Perry now by 5 frames to 2.
Yeah, real grit to recover from a thumping like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no bigger stage than the World Championship. And I think, in a way, he's maybe got... He's not played his complete best tonight, Barry. Maybe he's got one eye on tomorrow. Dangerous to look ahead. But it'll certainly it'll be the back of his mind now, being 5-2 up. But get this match out of the way first, get it won, and then look forward to tomorrow. I
think it's important to stress that Hawkins has already beaten Sean Murphy, beat him 6-1. But Mark Selby, who was the player in form, you know, he just won the World Championship and he won the UK Championship. He was going for the Slam here. It would have been only the 5th man to have held all 3 of snooker's major titles at the same time. And he said afterwards, Barry, that he felt quietly confident in that match, and he was very strong in that performance to beat him.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good yardstick, beating Mark Selby, and doing it in style as well. And you know, the types of things he can produce, I think Barry Hawkins, we're not necessarily sure of, and it's great to see him. But I think I'd like to see Joe perhaps use this as a springboard as well. Yeah. And say, OK, what do I need to do to get to the next level? Do I? And I must admit, I'm ignorant of who coaches him, or if he has a coach. Perhaps to try and change something. Just to try and kick-start, the same as perhaps, you know, a football team gets another manager, perhaps just to see if he can generate some momentum.
Well, he's had some great performances over the last couple of seasons. Joe Perry won his first major ranking title in 2015, the Players' Championship, the PTC Grand Finals, and he's kicked on from there. Was a runner-up last July in the World Open. But this is another step for him, semi-finals of the Masters. Never been here before. So what has he got left? Let's find out.
Yes, Hazel, that is the question. I mean, I did allude to the fact, Ken, that there'd be a time when maybe he could just break off the shackles and produce his best. But once again, the safety shot, catching the ball colourful in the face, not good.
Yeah, he's normally so proficient with his safety. It's one of the big parts of Joe's game, as indeed it is with Barry's. Tonight he just hasn't been on it. And maybe it's the chance to play Ronnie O'Sullivan in tomorrow's final added that little bit of pressure. But this man, he seems to be getting a bit stronger. And another excellent long pot.
1.
A bit unfortunate with that little flick on the red, but these those type of shots have been big part of Barry's game all week.
Yes, justified applause.
6.
Being close to the cushion. Had to cue that really well, and did. Now, I don't think it's a straightforward roll in here. I think he's, in potting this red to the left middle, he's got to avoid the red near the left cushion. So he needs a good shot here to get good position on the black. If the red wasn't near the left side cushion, he could just drop it in, but I think he's got to just dig down a little bit to avoid the kiss on the second red. And that's what can happen. You just strike down, you decelerate on the shot, and you hit it too thin. We see it so many times on these superfine cloths. So Joe Perry, let's see what you've got.
One.
Already faced
6.
with a tough red here along the cushion, particularly when your opponent only needs one frame for victory. There's pressure on this. Ease the pressure a little bit by playing at that pace, but what a good pot it was at that pace.
Yeah, fantastic pot, and he just flicked that red on the way up, which meant this red was open. Needs another good positional shot here. Needs the cue ball to run through.
13.
It's not too bad. It's one of these situations you don't have to worry about where the cue ball is going. Just try and make sure this pot, if you hit it with a bit of pace, you go into a couple of reds, you gotta be very unlucky not to be on one.
Well, as is per usual,
20.
in these type of matches, get a lot of encouragement from this packed house here at the Alexandra Palace. But he's just
Joe
not
Perry,
stringing
20.
them together.
No, I don't think so. No. No.
Well, it seemed that Joe was saying to referee Jan Verhaas today at the pink first. It didn't look like it to me. If we could have another look. No, I don't think he did.
No, I don't think he did. I think he hit the red first, all right. What has he left Barry here? It's just on this red, but it's... I'm just wondering, has he got the angle? Has he got enough of the cue ball first to try and pot it and swing it around the back of the black? Or does he try and drop it in for the gap for the black into the bottom right hand corner pocket?
Yeah, and looking at the way the reds are spread, if he tries to drop it in, he's got to get it, you feel. A long way off. A long, long way off. And he'll have gone back to his seat there thinking, could that be my last shot in this year's Dafabet Masters? It could well be.
One.
Wiped his feet. Always looked a bit high, but just slow enough to let gravity take over.
Six. Seven. $14. 15.
Didn't intend to kiss that red on the way up to the blue. He's been fortunate. He's on this blue nicely. Played this well. No.
20.
Well, a 6-point lead. And, well, there's enough reds in the open to make you think it is certainly a possibility it could be frame and match at this visit.
Okay.
Played that well. Good shot, nice control, particularly using the rest.
21.
Those two reds that are near the left middle pocket, I think the one nearest the pocket you can get onto. If you were really desperate, you could make them into a plant.
28.
But just concentrate on the open reds at the moment. Because as you said near the end of the last frame, Ken, that if he wins, it's a repeat of last year's final where he lost 10-1 to Ronnie O'Sullivan. But,
29.
as we know, 3 months later he played him in the World Championship and beat Ronnie 13-12. So they're long matches. So he has done it against Ronnie.
Yeah, that'll certainly give him a lot of confidence going into tomorrow's final. It's always going to be difficult against Ronnie O'Sullivan, but the fact that he did beat him in that World Championship would have helped his confidence no end.
36.
Just having a look now if that red closest to the pocket. Well, he couldn't be better on it than this. So if he's not going to play it now, then maybe it's not available. Did right there. It's undecided. So get up, walk around the table, and then refocus.
$37.
Have another look at that red that's closest to the left middle. Does he feel he can get on it? He must do.
He
42.
can play this with just a little bit of a flick of right-hand side.
43.
And that could be a big hurdle that he's got over there. .34 points
48.
the lead. 2 reds, 2 blues. Would see him in the snooker's required stage. Joe
49.
Perry will be fearing the worst.
.54.
Just looking at the scoreboard now. 40 points the lead. Red and the green would do it. Red and the green would put him 44 points in front with 43 remaining.
55.
So Barry Hawkins will be absolutely delighted. And he'll look forward tomorrow with great relish. It'll be a great occasion to play Ronnie O'Sullivan at the Masters, as it was last year, and he'll be hoping to do and perform a lot better. But as far as Joe Perry is concerned, Ken, disappointment.
Yeah, he'll be very disappointed. Very disappointed, Joe, and particularly the way he's played in his previous 2 matches.
58.
Just right from the very first ball in this match, it just wasn't the same player. But sometimes you just get days like that. But maybe, as Steve said in the studio, it's something that he can look upon and use it as a springboard from here for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you wouldn't like to think it was just the occasion got the better of him, but he's not produced anything like the form he did against Stuart Bingham and Dean Johnway.
Barry Hawkins, 58.
Well, he couldn't get the red to make it 2 snookers required, but 44 points the lead, 43 remaining. Big ass for Joe Perry. Decent safety shot. Could have done with a few like that earlier on in this match. I think he's got to be a little bit careful here, Ken, hasn't he? Because, I mean, he can just get to the edge of the red below the pink, but he'd be frightened of playing that in case he just hit the pink. But he doesn't want to leave another red on, because remember, only 1 snooker needed at the moment.
Yeah, and that's why he's reluctant to take this red on. It's a difficult red, but he may have no choice. If he misses it, he's sure to leave either the red he's going for or the red just below the pink. If you hit that a bit harder, that was in the pocket now.
Thank you.
Save for Joe.
One.
And the red is in a perfect place. He just pots the black and knocks the red up into the balk area. And gets good snooker behind that pink. Pretty good.
Yeah, and as tight as to the pin you
8.
can get, and put distance between cue ball and object ball. Yeah, he's left a one cushion escape.
8.
He didn't want to do that. If you can stop a professional at this level having the one cushion escape, you feel as though it's missable. It may still be missable, but one cushion escape is a lot easier than the 2 or 3 cushion escape.
Well,
he has missed it.
Free ball.
It'd be a free ball, that, for certain.
Joe Perry 4.
Joe, you're still in this match.
Brown ball. Settle down, please.
yeah, it's not too bad.
1.
But he's going to need one more good pot here. Oh, cued that very nicely indeed. Cued it. Couldn't have cued that better.
7. 8.
Beautiful.
So could this be a turning point in this match? Little under hit though. Little
14.
under hit there. Barry Hawkins looked, well, over the line. But a chance here for Joe. Needs the 6 remaining colours. Should have been better on the yellow than this. Not out of the woods just yet. Not perfect on this green. Okay, you wouldn't expect him to miss it under normal circumstances, but these aren't normal circumstances.
Thank you, sir. 19.
Well, what a steal this would be, John.
Unbelievable, wouldn't it? We've seen turning points in matches before. Could this be one?
23.
You know, because all of a sudden you think you're out of the tournament, and then you can be right back in it. Has he come too straight on this blue while he's playing with top? No, he had the perfect
28.
angle to run through, bounce off the cushion on the pink. Pink and black. To keep his hopes alive.
$34.
There's his father, Peter. He must have thought it was over a few minutes ago, but not if this black goes in, it isn't. And in it goes. Moving a snooker with 2 reds on the table. And got the snooker. And now, to me, he's back in this match. Still 2 behind, but could that be a big, big turning point?